Motto, mindset of successful thinking. Motto is short for motivation. Remember, the true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome was supposed to happen. Remember, most stands for mindset of successful thinking. Motto is short for motivation. All right. So I want to make sure that every video I do is encouraging, edifying, and inspiring you to be better than you were 5 minutes ago, before you looked at this video, before you heard my voice. So I want to inspire you to be better. And I want to help people right now in regards to when it comes to buying a house or getting a mortgage. A lot of people often ask me, hey, or they may be first-time home buyers. The first thing they ask is, what should I do first? Oftentimes people think they should go out and speak to the real estate agent first, go find a house, and then put an offer on it, and then try to get qualified for a mortgage. I'm gonna help you all out today. I'm gonna help every real estate agent out right now, and I'm gonna help every first-time home buyer, and then even people that may have bought a house, they may have forgotten because they haven't bought a house in so long, what the process is like. All right. So the first part of getting a house or wanting to actually get qualified or buy a house, you need to get qualified first. You need to call someone like me. Reach out to me through that email right there, and I'll get you started. But you need to get qualified so you know what's the amount you can actually get, what type of house you're looking for in regards to price. So all the time, first-time home buyers always say, you ask them a question, hey, you ask them what type of house are you looking for? You know, how much of a house you're looking for. The first thing they say is, I want a 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house. Unfortunately, it's not like renting a home. You know, it's not like renting an apartment. The amount of rooms and bathrooms doesn't really matter if you don't know how much you can afford to buy. So the amount is what matters the most. The type of house in regards to the room count, the bathroom count, the square footage, doesn't matter, especially in Middle Tennessee. Right now, you can get a house that may be 800 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's 800 square feet and it may cost you close to $1 million. If you know you can't afford $1 million, you won't be looking at the house. Doesn't matter how many bedrooms are in it. All right. The first thing to do is to actually get qualified, to get pre-qualified, to make sure you can afford a house that you and that agent is going to go look at. See, my wife used to watch a lot of HGTV when we were looking for houses back in the day, and when she wanted to be a home builder, we used to watch a lot of HGTV. And HGTV are those, like, they have the Property Brothers, I think, or I can't remember what type of show, but a customer come in with this dream about what type of house they want. They go show them different houses and they only tell them how much it costs. They just go show them the houses of what they thought they wanted until they find out how much the house costs. Then they get sticker shock. So it's important that you actually get pre-qualified through someone like myself to actually tell you how much you can afford. That's the first step. Then you're going through all of that to make sure that all works out. Then you can take that pre-qualification letter to that real estate agent to say, this is what I can get. Now the real estate agent can actually go out and show you what you can actually afford. Now, going through that process after you actually now put an offer on the house, you know, now it comes back to me, and now we're going to go through now the actual full appraisal. We're actually getting it through processing. It's a couple different steps that happen. When it comes back to me, I'm now sending that contract over to processing. To underwriting. Underwriting then looks at it, then they send it to processing. Then the processing actually gets all the paperwork, all your pay stubs, all those other little things, and to get the title work done, getting an appraisal order. That's a whole lot of different moving parts when it comes down to actually getting and purchasing the home that a lot of people don't understand that actually happens. They think it just poof, it's here. No, it's through the process. It comes to me, goes to underwriting, then underwriting goes to processing. Processing then orders the appraisal. Processing then gets the title work ordered. Then after that's get taken care of, then it goes back to underwriting to get reviewed. The underwriting looks at it again to make sure now all those final numbers look right. The appraisal looks right. Everything looks good. Then it goes to closing. Then the closing and title company talks. And then it goes to the final closing. It goes to the closing department, then it goes to the closing table. See, it's a lot of different moving parts in there when it comes down to actually getting a home. So it's more than just calling your best friend, because everybody got a cousin that's a real estate agent, or a cousin that go, help me look for a house, girl, or a guy, help me look for a house. They go look for a house and find out they can't get it because now they got a contract on something, lost their inspection price, their money, lost all type of money they had to pay up front, that maybe they earned this money, because now they don't qualify because they didn't contact someone like Troy Smith first. So this may help out. I want all the real estate agents and people to listen to me as well. Maybe you might be familiar with purchasing homes and stuff like that. There's something called short cycle. If someone calls me and say, hey, Troy, I know the date is July the 8th. All right, I want to close. We want to close in 21 days, or we want to close in the next 15 days. Can it happen? Because we want to win this bid. That gets kind of tricky because remember I told you, once you get qualified, once the actual client gets qualified, then we go through getting the contract, we get underwriting involved, processing involved, title work involved, appraisal stuff involved. All that stuff starts to get involved and all that mud starts to moving around. It's not just easy just to say we can close in 15 days. There's something called a clean file. There's something could be some hairy, crazy files. If a person may be a W-2 employee and everyone is on top of things, we may be able to close quickly. But whenever it's less than 30 days, it is now called a short cycle file. And we can't rush those things unless people are willing to be on board and on the same page together. That's a whole nother video. We talk about that in another video about short cycle files. You gotta be careful with trying to get things done quickly if everyone's not on board, especially a first-time home buyer. A first-time home buyer or just not getting things going, they're a little green on a lot of things, and even the experienced home buyer that may not have bought a house in a long time can be pretty green. So you can't just want to rush things quickly because you want to get paid fast as a real estate agent and you want to get the client into this house and because you want to win a bid and find out everyone's not on board, everyone hasn't filed their taxes yet. It's a lot of moving parts. But get past all that. Let's go back to what this whole video is about first, about the process of actually purchasing a home. What is the process about purchasing a home? Remember, the first thing you gotta do is get qualified. Email me there. Get qualified. Email me right there. Get qualified for the loan, for the house, for the mortgage. You got to call me or email me. Then you take that pre-qualification to your real estate agent. The real estate agent then go out and find the house that you actually want. You put an offer on the house. You get the contract. You send that contract back to me. Now, on the normal process, we send that contract and everything into underwriting. Then it goes to processing. Then the processing gets the title work ordered, get the appraisal ordered, then it goes to closing. And then they start talking back again. The closing department start talking back and forth with the title to make sure all the numbers jive. And then we get to the closing table. Typically about 30 days. All right. I hope that helped. We'll do another video on short cycles. We'll do that when you start getting the contract and try to get it in, try to get it closed before 30 days. That's called a short cycle. We'll talk about that next time. But remember, the true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome was supposed to happen. That predetermined goal at this point is getting a home and knowing it's going to close because you know you talked to Troy. You got the best agent on the deal. So we'll work together and make sure it happens together. I'll holler at you.